Hey up YouTube, it's Theme Park Bazza with Mrs. Bazza. She's over there, she's not had a shower yet, so she's not quite vlog ready. But she'll be on the vlog later on, don't worry, you're not going to be stuck with me today. So welcome to the start of pool construction. It's a couple of weeks since we put the vlog out around we were going to have a pool, and I think we put another update one out as well. Well, today's the day. I got a text message this morning and we start. But I've been doing a bit of prep work this weekend because they told me last week they should be starting this week, but they weren't sure. So let me show you what we got up to with some of the prep work. So while you lovely lot were out in the theme parks this weekend, I was digging in the garden. Yeah, great fun here in Orlando, Florida. So yes, Crazy Scottish Neighbour is our HOA guy and he knows all about sprinklers. In this package for the pool, I got a deal where they will deal with all the sprinkler stuff, and maybe thinking about it now, I should have just let Crazy Scottish Neighbour do it because he probably knows more than they do. But we had a chat about it, and what he advised me was, sometimes he's not saying this company is the same, but sometimes these people just throw in a contractor who comes in, chops through all your pipes. Remember the guy with well, let's take a step back. For irrigation, what we're looking at is when they put the garden out back and dig it all up, the sprinklers out there. Sprinklers I ran through in the old intro to the vlog. I'll put it in here in case, I'll bring out some memories for you. So yeah, those sprinklers are all going to have to be kind of disabled while they do all the work, and then part of this package we've got is they'll replace all the pipes. Any sprinklers that get damaged going up between us and the neighbour's house, they will replace all those as well, and it's just, I don't have to worry about it. But what he said was, sometimes these contractors come in here and they're, you know, rough and ready. They'll come in, they'll chop through all the pipes, they'll cap everything off, you'll have your pool in, and then when they come back to do it, somebody else will come and won't know how it was piped, and there can be more effort in fixing it than doing it right the first time. So what he advised me was, you learn how the sprinklers work and then tell them where they need to cut things, which is pretty good advice. So here is our sprinkler system here. It's in the off mode at the moment because I've been playing around with it. And we have 4 zones in the sprinkler system, and what we wanted to do was work out where the pipes go, because what we want them to do is do the minimal amount of invasive surgery on the pipes. They're going to cut and cap the one that goes out the back that you saw in the intro before, and run a hose around the top to keep the grass alive where they can, and as temporary, and then once the pool's in and everything, they'll rerun the pipes around the grass that's around the outside of the pool. But down here, this is where I was digging this weekend, and what I was working out was where the pipes go for these 4 zones. So we have 4 zones, 4, 1, 2, 3, so I had to kind of dig them out. There's little valves under here. I think I showed you this before, but there's little valves under here that Crazy Scottish Neighbour told me, and you can twist them left or right to manually get them going, so you can see which ones they are, and then you can tie it back to that up there. So I've marked them up, and you'll see zones 3, 1 go to the front of the house and under the drive for doing the bushes and everything, so we don't need to worry about them. Zone 2 runs up the side of the house to those bushes and down there, so we don't need to touch that. What we need to worry about is zone 4, because that's the one that does all the sprinklers at the back that you saw me running through, and it heads down that way. So rather than cap everything off, let's just find zone 4, and then we can deal with that. And I'll just put these things back down. And then this morning, I had a chat with Crazy Scottish Neighbour as well over the weekend, and what he told me to do was come over here and dig out here and find where that pipe went. I had to dig all the way across to find it. But there it is, zone 4. And what we want to do is cap this one here and put a hose on, and then run it round the outside. So the only pipe we should have to touch is zone 4. So as you can see, his Scottish ingenuity paid off, so we know that's the right pipe. So what they can do is cut it and cap it here, and then run a hose round, and that should help us. So I'm going to be working today, but we'll wait until the guy comes, and then we'll make sure that I tell him that's the one that we want to do. Oh, got the sun behind us there. Tell him that's the one we want to do. But stay with us, because that's only phase 1, so they're coming to start the irrigation today, and we also have Crazy Scottish Neighbour coming around later today to help us with those bushes. So stay tuned, and Mrs. Theme Park Bazza should be with us then. Right, it's 5:30. I've just finished my calls for the day, and I've just come outside because I believe while I was inside, Crazy Scottish Neighbour surgically removed those bushes using his advanced gardening tools to gently remove them and carefully place them out of the way so that the digger will come in. So I'll put some footage in. I think hopefully Maxine took some film of that, and I'll put that in here.
Hello, Mrs. Theme Pot Basser here. As you can see, they are making really light work of these bushes that we're taking out to start the pool.
So what you want forward? Go, go.
There's one way to do it, Drew.
One way to do it.
Yeah.
Say hello, YouTube boys.
Go. Right, so maybe not gently removing them, but definitely got them all out. So this is what it looks like now. So we should be able to get a digger down here. We need 8 feet clearance. We may have to tie these bushes up here, but 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it needs to be between here and here, I think, so we can swing round. So I think we'll be good. And you can see where he used his highly skilled equipment to get this up, and we may have to trim this one back a little bit, but yes, I will now email the guy and take a photo for our contractor for the pool and let him know that they were done today. Also early in the day, the sprinkler guy came round and I showed him that stuff I saw earlier in the vlog. Then he went round and I showed him where all the hole was, and he says, "Have you done this before? You're an expert." I said, "No, I've just got crazy Scottish neighbour who knows everything about this." So he was very impressed. He's like, "You just saved me half an hour from doing that." So we filled in all this. He backfilled in all this in again. Now we did the pipes to know where they went. Now he didn't cut them here where we said, but he was very impressed that I drilled a hole in it so I could see it. That's when he looked at me and said, "You've done this before." But no, we didn't do that there, because we also had sprinklers going off here that were fed on that other pipe. And this is where the gas heater's going and the pool stuff, and he doesn't want that wetting as well, so he needed to cut that out back, and he needed to cut this area here. So what he's done is he's really put them back in again then, but both pipes are there, and he's chopped through both of them and capped them, so they're both here in this area, and just put a little flag in so we know where they are, and they're here to be reconnected at a later time. So all the water, all the sprinklers that side of the house are going to work, and everything around here is not, but this is all going to be pretty much chewed up as they're putting, they're going to have a slab like that that's going to go down here with the gas heater and then the pool equipment, which will look like this. So that's just the pool equipment. There's no heater on this house, but the pool equipment will be on one and then the gas heater will be on the other, and then all this is just going to be well, stay tuned to the vlog, you'll find out what it's going to be, because this much will pretty much be like a war zone, I can tell you. That's what he told us anyway. But what a difference a day makes, 24 hours. Let's fill you in on some of the things that happened today.
And so it begins. Goodbye, grass. Oh my gosh. No going back now.
All that noise, Max.
All that noise.
All that noise.
The first lot of grass is gone.
Is it?
Yeah, it's gone. First lot out already.
Should we look out back? Oh, is he putting this in the dump?
Yeah, I did it while I did the back bit, and then I'm just watching him put it in the dumpster. And that's how it's done.
Count back. Just come down from upstairs. It's after lunchtime. Now, what I'm really worried about here, we haven't really said anything about it, is if when we first got this house, there was 2 big trees out there. I'll try and put a picture in. We had 2 big trees and we had them taken down, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it's the roots. If there's anything under there that may cause them to do extra work, like having to dig rocks out or whatever, then we have to pay for it. So I'm hoping those trees have all disintegrated to a point that it makes it less crazy, and we don't have to end up paying any more. Say bye-bye to your grass, Max.
Bye-bye, grass.
Here he goes. Well, I hope he hasn't hit anything. Look at that.
I think he's done it before.
I think he's done it before.
Huh?
What he's marking out, roughly, he marked out where the pool is going to be. So I think he's marked out what this bit will be the pool area itself. They're not doing the whole thing, I don't think. Maybe, but he put some sticks down there, didn't he?
Yeah, he measured it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's...
You can see a root. If you look upstairs, you can see a root over there.
Yeah.
Where it was. It just depends how those roots have actually decayed over the last 2.5 years since we were here. We did tell the pool guy about it, didn't we?
We did.
And he did say we may have to talk nicely to them to see if they'll actually...
there's some roots there.
Is there?
Yeah. You can see some roots.
Yeah. Just depends how much they've decayed over that time frame, 2.5 years, because we did have the stumps ground as well, didn't we? Did have the stumps ground. But yeah, we'll get back to you as this evolves. So, what do you think then? It's been fun today, hasn't it?
It's been scary.
Every time they've been knocking these sticks in, the whole house has been shaking.
It has, yeah.
But this is the frame roughly for the pool. I guess they've got to dig it all out. Now, they just started digging before they left. They've only been here
3.5 hours?
3.5 hours, and they've kind of marked out that bit. That's the step where you come out of the pool at that end, isn't it?
That's the bench.
The bench, yeah. So
Steps at this end.
they're going to start digging it out tomorrow or soon. And then they'll have to come back to here, and they had marked out where the end is. It's bigger than what I thought it would be, actually, the pool.
Yeah. It just amazes me how white the sand is.
Underneath, yeah.
Underneath.
Yeah, they were, and they've been drilling these, because this form is what they'll put the wire against, the rebar, before they spray all the concrete and stuff in. So I think he said it may look bigger than what it is, because they have to go in the inside of that, don't they, with the rebar and the concrete.
Yeah.
But yeah, your grass is gone.
My grass is gone.
Yeah. So stay with us. We'll fill you in as this develops, as the vlog goes on.
Start
So there you go. 48 hours in now, aren't we, Max?
Yeah.
And this is what it looks like. Done well, haven't they?
They have worked really hard today.
They've basically got it all framed in, as you can see. That'll be the actual... The pool may be a bit smaller than that because they've got a... Rebar's got to go in round there.
Yeah.
Then they've got to put concrete in and they've got to backfill it. That's why they've left the soil to backfill round here. So it'll all be backfilled down here as well. They've got the slope in to 6... Is it how much? 6 foot at this end, Max?
6 foot to 3 foot.
To 3 foot. And that's where the jacuzzi will go. Where the flatbed is over there. And the steps will be to the side of it. We didn't get too many trees. There's this thing behind us here, isn't there?
Yeah, that was the main one, I think.
Yeah, that came out from the things. But they did hit water. They did hit the water table at about 5 feet.
Yeah.
So they put in this pump that basically they're just running 24/7 now, and it's just a sump pump that's taking water out and putting it back into the lake to keep the level down. And then they put the aggregate in the bottom, I think, as kind of a layer. Because this is, he said over here it's either sand or black soil here. So we ended up with sand, and they took how many truckloads away, Max?
Oh, at least 10.
Yeah, I've never seen so much soil before. I mean, I didn't realise the volume of soil would be so much.
Yeah.
I was working up in my office all day, and that's where the camera was, just sat next to me in the office filming down. And yeah. So we'll walk around, shall we? Because we'll need to go down the other side.
If I can
Get round. There's another big piece of wood there, look.
Oh, yeah.
And another one.
And another one.
Yeah, these ones are the roots of the tree. And all the time, as you saw, they were framing this up, they were levelling it and nailing it. And yeah, that must be... It's going to be deeper than 6 foot, isn't it? Because they've got to put the layer, the shot blast stuff, and then the tile on top of that. So you can see how much soil there is above the sand. It's what, like 1.5 foot of soil?
Yeah. 2
foot of soil?
And then all this.
Yeah, and then all this. So you see the land, you can see where the end of our house is. So this is going to be, well, there'll be pavers, won't there, outside of that?
Pavers.
Yeah, and then this will be the grass that we have for the pooch. Then you get a pooch. And then you got Mount Everest here.
Yeah, this is what they've left after the 10 trucks.
Yeah, well, it didn't take 10, maybe 5 truckloads
I
out.
think it took 10.
Did it? Yeah.
I was watching them, keeping my beady eye on them.
Were you?
Yeah.
The house shook though, didn't it? When they
It's been shaking all day. It's very nerve-wracking.
When they've been putting the... and I'm surprised, I mean, they didn't tear it up too much. You'll see down here they've torn it up a little bit. But yeah, you can see that's kind of the width of the house, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very very impressive. We did have one mishap today, and that van there is just the internet guy who's going, because this is where they didn't went up and down here. I don't know how many times, Max.
50.
Well, looks like they found some of the sprinkler pipes as well there.
Yeah.
They pulled out the way. And we do have a contract with the neighbours, so we have to replace all this sod when it comes in. But this orange cable is the internet cable, because it stopped working when I was working at work this morning. It just died on us, and I mean, that box, we'll show you that box down there is where it comes from. So we're pretty sure it somehow got damaged under the ground, and that's where it runs into the house. So we've got them from this temporary box, this temporary cable. We asked the contractors, didn't we?
Yeah.
So to run a temporary thing over here, they can put a board over it. If it's at 90 degrees, there's less chance of it being damaged. So they can run across here. Obviously orange, so we can see it. And then once all the work's done, we'll get Spectrum back in to bury that cable underground as we go. And this is the bit of bush we've still got to put in the dustbin next week. So yeah, that's where the cable goes in, Max, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
The cable and the electric and the telephone that we don't use anymore. Does anybody use a telephone at home these days?
I don't think so.
No. Okay, well, we'll maybe go back around that way to go in, and we'll join you in the house. So there we go. That is day 2 completed. So don't expect that progress will be that fast.
No.
After this, they've got to bring the diggers back in, but this is a 3-month project. It's just there'll be phases where there's a lot of work happening, and then there'll be weeks when there's nothing happening, just depending on the contractors. But I'm guessing the next phase is to come back with rebar.
I would think so.
And put the rebar in. There's different groups who do the digging, do the rebar, shooting the concrete, finishing the concrete, putting the tile in, putting the pavers in. They're all different. They've got all the electrical, they've got all the plumbing to go in. So there's still a ton of work. Well, I'm very impressed that they managed to do the minimum amount of damage. I put some photos in here that Maxine was taking out front as well. Did a good job of cleaning up. They were brushing the road and everything, weren't they?
Yep.
So they've done we're
Be
very...
a decent company, don't
Yeah, and I talked to him afterwards about being in that ditch
Yeah.
with the other guy and say, oh yeah, we just get on with it, you know,
Yeah.
it's just kind of a... But he said this was a pretty easy one and the water table was a lot lower. They were in one last week and they hit water a couple of feet down.
Oh, wow.
So we're like swimming in it. He said it was a nightmare. So he was very happy that this seemed to go okay. Because this will be like, believe me, this will get full of water, it'll get full of trash. This is the best you're ever going to see it until it's finished. Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gives us some feel for what the size of the pool's going to be. What do you think then?
It's like, a bit overwhelming at the moment.
Yeah?
So, yeah. Anxiety levels up here a bit.
Is it?
It's going down a little bit because they've done such a good job.
Yeah, and they know what they're doing. And the internet,
No, we know
now
what
the
they're
internet's back
doing.
on.
Now the internet's back on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's,
Yeah, we've been out the internet all day.
so,
Can I
yeah.
turn the telly on? No.
I don't want to do this. No.
Nope. Well,
Right,
if
okay.
Skype me mum? Nope.
I'm bored now.
Yeah. How you rely on the internet these
I
days.
know.
So stick with us. This will probably wrap this vlog here, and it's a shorter one, but this will be, we'll just concentrate these vlogs on being the pool work. So what we'll do is we'll do snippets as it continues, and I don't really know what the next phase is going to be, but we'll find out. Oh, and by the way, I should say that the contractor, when he came round and told us the process, did say that things could get broken. He
Oh,
did
yeah.
even mention the internet cable,
The pipes.
pipes, they could dig things up. He's like, don't stress, we'll get it sorted. But he did warn us about that being an option. And to be fair, the guy with the digger did say he was looking out for the cable. And it's an orange, well, it should be an orange cable, probably our old one isn't.
Yeah.
But he said he was looking out, but he never saw it. But, you know,
These
if you're
things
going to make
happen.
an omelette, you have to break eggs, don't you?
You do. A lot of them in this case.
Yeah. So just see how much Spectrum charged me
Yeah.
for replacing that cable. But we'll see. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you're enjoying the pool series. Don't expect another vlog immediately. There'll be one in a few weeks as we have enough work to put one together. Appreciate each and every one of you for showing your interest in our pool experience and building one. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe. It just help the channel. What do we say to them, Max?
See you later.
We'll see you later. Bye.